Welcome to the Taco Tuesday edition of Explicit FPV. What's going on, guys? Figured I'd touch base. It has been far too long, and I figured I would share some shitty news, crappy news. I know it happens to the best of us, so I figured I would share my misfortune because, not always is it a fun flight, good editing, stuff happens. So Sunday, I had a very short window to get out and fly because of the weather. And I charged up some batteries, just was not in a good mood, in a complete funk. And I wanted to fly. I wanted to get this contemporary flight challenge that I'm throwing out there started because I know there's some people super interested. And Devil FPV actually he's the first one I've seen, and I thought it was super awesome. I loved the place he flew. I don't remember if I read the description or not to see where that was, but bro, that was sick. So I went out, I charged batteries, I sat down, got situated at Town Farm Hill Road, and I went to go fly. Now I have made this thing, I have flown around the yard, just a couple minutes here and there, and everything seems spectacular. I've had no issues. All I did was change a touch on the tune, as in just raising some of the PIDs to get it to where I wanted them, and that was it. So, sat down, put the goggles on, did my pre-flight check, make sure the motor's armed and all the switches were working and stuff. And yeah, everything worked. So I popped it up after hitting play and then started shooting out and going up. So I was about 50 feet up or so, and I wanted to go into a backflip, and all of a sudden the video completely cut out. And then I couldn't hear the quad at all, so I ripped my goggles off and I could see the thing just tumble to the ground. So I ran out there, grabbed it. The battery was actually missing. I swear I tightened this strap because this one doesn't have the Sherlock tape on it. So I made sure I snugged it down really well, but somehow it came loose and it completely disconnected from here. And I don't know if in the middle of that this thing shorted out on the, if it broke. It wasn't broken. Everything looked spectacular when I brought it back, other than a little bit of dirt. I set it back up, I started it. It seemed like everything was fine, and then I gave it a little bit of throttle, and then it just started acting weird, like it was missing some of the inputs. And then it would try to take off, and then I would hit disarm, and it would drop. I could not get it back up in the air. Could not figure out what it was for the life of me. With further notice, searching around trying to figure it out when I was checking in the house, when it would start to feel like it loses signal or something was going on, if there's something bad in the power of the board, this guy started flashing, which means it was losing connection. Maybe it was losing power or signal right from the board. I don't know, or it could be the receiver. So I had reached out to the company and I literally just put it in, so I got another one on the way. They're taking care of me on that. The VTX was completely smoked to the point where when I touched it, it burnt my finger and it was extremely hot. So the VTX is no good. That was in another quad, but there's no reason. I can't imagine that it hit, because it came down here. It didn't even hit the back. VTX is completely smoked. So I'm waiting on that. When I get all that back, I gotta make sure the camera is good, because the camera was also connected to the board. I have searched. There's no funny smells. The ESCs all look good. Not that I think that is the issue. It's the wrong side. Here's the board. There is no touching components. I have no idea what the hell happened. But I came home and I said, I am not going to deal with that. I still want to fly. So I went and I grabbed the catalyst. I put the turnkey away. I grabbed the DX6E, whatever the hell it is, and went to the park by the gas station over on South Road here. There was only one other couple out there. They were way in the back with the dog playing, so I had a free and clear spot. So I sat down on the bleachers. I put the quad in front of me and pointed it to the left. I did my arm situation, checked all the switches. Fantastic. Everything was great. Got up, got in the air, got it hovering. I hit play on the phone, started to go, and as I went around the corner, the quad just falls out of the air. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I should have not come out. I should have just stayed home. So I'm looking at that thing and I'm trying to figure that thing out the other day, and I was talking with my father about it, going, not making any sense, and I happened to have my finger just the way I was holding it pushed in, and it bumped the ground wire on it. And when I plugged in the battery to show him, because he didn't understand the setup, and they had Game of Thrones on the ESCs, so you have a large loud noise coming from the ESCs, and then the flight controller with the beeping and stuff. So I was showing him that, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I just heard it. So the ground maybe from a previous landing or something like that had come loose. I take my time soldering, and who knows, even the best of us could have had a bad solder or a cold solder. But the solder broke off the board for the power to the ESC, but it kept the loop, so it was still grounded over to the flight controller, so everything else was working. So that was an easy fix, got that back together. I'm going to try this weekend. I should have good weather this weekend because I want to get the Contemporary Challenge out, so you guys can put all of your links in the bottom description of that video so we can keep this growing. I really enjoy the support and everybody having fun with all of the challenges that we're starting in here and stuff. I love the fact that it's challenging people to try different flight styles, different songs, genres of music that they don't listen to. I'm going to try to pull a winner out of this one. We'll see how many we get, and then the winner of this, I'd love for them to pick music, as long as it's not country. I can't fly to country, but it'd be cool to have somebody else do it. I wanted this one to be somebody else, but I was sitting listening to music, and we were watching Lord of Dance. What's that show we watch? World of Dance. Never mind. We were watching World of Dance, and I fell in love with the contemporary dancing and stuff. And instead of just hardcore flipping and rolling and doing all that stuff, to some of the cool songs like the Buzz Challenge, to take it back, just relax, go with it, and just enjoy the feel of the music, the mountains or wherever you're flying. And yeah, cinematic stuff is pretty hot right now, and I think that won't go away. That's definitely a new style. Shout to Johnny FPV that has really, really brought the cinematic stuff to the forefront. I really appreciate that because it's definitely my style. But yeah, I'm going to get some rest. It's still early, but I'm going to lay down and watch some TV with the wife. So, stay tuned for the Contemporary Challenge coming out of me. I look forward to seeing your submissions. Devil FPV, the one that you put out, is absolutely badass. Your skills are great, man. Nice, simple, easy. You didn't have to go hardcore with flipping and rolling, as I was saying. The place that you flew was great. Your lines were great. I liked you kind of bobbed a little bit back and forth, and it kind of went with the song. I thought that was really smooth. But on that note, see y'all soon.